Hello, traders, and welcome to the market opening preview on a Tuesday, July 26th, 2016. Traders, great to be with you, coming to you live from Thailand. Currently 7:09 a.m. in Bangkok and 20:09 on Wall Street. I'm into Tuesday, and Wall Street is wrapping up their Monday. Traders, this is brought to you through FXCL. FXCL, excellence in trading. All right, traders. Well, I'd like to say we have a lot to talk about, but the markets were flat yesterday. I spent 15 hours in front of computers and charts and absolutely nothing. Just a boring, boring day. And I hate to say, I think it's going to be the same today. Traders, let me introduce myself to you. My name is William Gilda. I'm your moderator for the Market Opening Preview Series every single trading day before the London Open. Traders, I started trading in the year of 2006, and in 2008, I retired from a wonderful career as a firefighter paramedic out of the great state of Florida. Traders, well, how do I trade? Well, one, I listen to fundamentals, and I do. I listen to fundamentals all day long, whether it's on my iPad or my MacBook Air or my iMac, wherever I'm at, I'm listening to fundamentals. I need to know when somebody says something stupid or, okay, that was pretty hard, irrational, and it can make me pips. Also, to protect my positions that I'm currently trading. Remember, traders, we are macro traders. We trade the globe. And saying that, I'm a technician. I love candlestick charts. I love doing analysis. I love looking at support and resistance and price structure and price failure, price action, right? All of that is so important in what we do. And candlestick patterns tell you a story where price action can go. But more importantly than that, price levels. What about price levels? Forex repeats itself. If it comes to a level like it's double zero, there's a good chance you got a lot of junk left of the chart because price action usually reacts to that area. So if you put all this together, I'm a pullback trader. I like the move to happen. I fib it. I wait for it to come back to a fib level, and then I'll enter the trade. I don't chase the big green candle or the big red candle. No, not me. If I miss the boat, I'll try to maybe go to a different time frame and see if I can get into the trade. And if not, I just move on. There's 41 currency pairs I can trade. So there's plenty of pairs out there. I will tell you, I only monitor 8 trading pairs. Okay? I only monitor 8 pairs. So that's the way I trade. Let's get the legal stuff out of the way. Forex trading has a large potential rewards, but also a large potential risk. You must be aware of the risks and be willing to accept them in order to invest in the Forex market. Remember, traders, the name of this game is capital preservation. If you don't have any money in your account, if you're trading live, you cannot trade the next day. So therefore, traders, do not trade with money you cannot afford to lose. Traders, always remember that past performance of any trading system or methodology is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, let's head over to news and commentary. What happened in the markets? I see a lot of red in the U.S. markets, my friends. The Dow 30, negative 0.42%. The S&P 500, negative 0.30%. The NASDAQ, negative 0.05%. With the small cap 2,000, negative 0.25%. So, little red in the U.S. session. The Euro zone looks a little mixed. We have the DAX that closed positive 0.50%. The FTSE 100 closed negative 0.30%. The CAC 40 closed positive 0.16%. The Eurostock 50 closed in the red at negative 0.13%. All right, let's head on over to Asia. Now, remember, some of these countries are closed as they will not open for like another hour and 15 minutes. So the Nikkei 225 closed negative 0.99%. The S&P 500 out of Australia is currently trading. Also the Nikkei is trading now, and the S&P ASX 200 is trading now, and they are negative 0.36%. China, however, the A50 is not trading, and they closed negative 0.03%. The Hang Seng is not trading yet. They have another hour to go, and they closed positive 0.13%, with the Kospi out of Seoul, which is currently trading, is flat, all zeros across the board. Let's head over to our economic calendar, and I have to tell you, pretty sad stuff on the economic calendar today. Yeah, not a lot happening here, folks. Corporate services price index for the yen came out. It was consensus was 0.1, 0.2, but low impact. No action on that front. Medium impact, we got Great British Pound approvals comes out 90 minutes after the open. And traders, I'm going to tell you something. There's nothing until we get to the U.S. session. We have services PMI for July, and we have new home sales coming out today in the U.S., and we have CB, consumer confidence. So the U.S. is where all our data is being released. So there's a good chance that Asia and London is going to be pretty boring. Just a note, New Zealand had trade balance come out. Wow, my eyes just got all foggy. Trade balance come out, and it was in the green. And exports was in the green. Imports was in the green. These are all low-impact news events. But I just thought I would mention it. So that's what's going on as far as our markets and our numbers. Commentary is, you know what? I get emails and I get questions, whether it's, wherever I'm at, and I'm all over the place. The situation is, and I get this a lot from traders who have just started trading live and have left their full-time job. Yeah, it's really a bummer, when you have to go 2 days and you don't make a trade. I understand that, folks. I trade for a living. So, I understand where you're coming from, but there's just some days you have got to just sit on your hands and not click the mouse. It's just the way it is, my friends. I know it stinks. But remember now, we're in the summer. We still got another month to go. Well, at least 3 weeks. Usually by the third week of August, volatility will start picking up again, especially if you're watching your futures charts. Volatility will start picking up, and we'll start to get sort of a grip on what's going on. And, we'll get some money in the markets to get this thing moving. Oil is back down to 43.52, I think it was. Gold is just sustaining it, 13, I think it was 23 when I looked before I did the presentation. So they're just hanging out. Then gold isn't really doing anything. And it is just what it is. I mean, it's sad, but it is what it is. The disadvantage is, for me, I'm not getting into trades, and which means I have to sit in front of my computers in my office because I do not take trades on the road, right? So I don't take trades if I'm not in front of my major screens. I have 3 screens that I watch. So everything's got to line up, and everything's got to be, all the sidecars got to line up. And I didn't come up with that. A guy in the old trading room used to say, when all my sidecars are lined up, I take my trade. Well, I've really adapted that in my trading. If things don't line up where I don't like it, I don't take it. A lot of it's gut feeling. After the technicals, and even though it says to take that trade, it's all about gut feeling, right? Do you feel comfortable with the trade? If not, don't take it. But I think we got another day of sitting on our hands, and I'm not happy about that. So that means another 14 hours sitting in my office. And it is a beautiful day in Pattaya, Thailand this morning. Bright blue, sunny skies. It's about 87 degrees. It is absolutely gorgeous. Got all the doors and windows open. My neighbors will probably think I'm crazy. Well, they do think I'm crazy because I talk to my computer. They have no idea what I do. All right, let's take a look at some currency pairs. Euro yen. Here's a perfect example of nothing. Absolutely nothing, folks. This just has not moved. This has been in a range since the 20th. So this has not moved. It has a little break to the downside. However, it's coming up to support. It's coming up to support right at that 116.09. So I want to see this retrace all the way back up to 117.24, and we'll take it all the way back down. Right? A nice 75 pip trade. Now, what can happen is this is going to break support. Then I look for the retest, and then we can take it back to the downside. All right. Yesterday's trade worked, by the way. I didn't close this box down here, but I closed a trade out earlier today. So, and I do mimic my live trades on a demo account. I just like to do it just to see what happened after I closed out. So it's just a good thing to do, even if it moves and moves farther, it doesn't bother me. But I like to see what happens with price action. I'm all about price action, folks, and price levels. What are the numbers? Where did price on a candlestick chart react? Because it's going to come back to that price again, right? So what happened when it reacted, right? So I'm going to take note after we get our move where everything left of this chart. What was the price that this really took effect? And really, it was a 200 exponential moving average, right? We got like 5 touches, and we got 4 candles that overshot, right? So I put a fib on the chart so you can see how that works. All right, let's take a look at the euro dollar. You know, the euro dollar is just in the dumps. I mean, it's just in the dumps. It's just not doing anything. Actually, this is yesterday's chart, and it just has done nothing. Nothing. Yeah, it came down a little bit, and then it came back up, and then it came back down. But these are like 20 pip ranges, folks. These are nothing. You know, I don't want to change. I don't want to trade this. I'm not trading in the middle of Forex junk. If it was up here at the 200, that's a different story. Or if it's down here at support, that's a different story. But I'm not trading here because that means you got to fight this. So I'm looking for a nice pullback back to the 200 at 1.1006, and we'll get out at 1.0959. We just have to wait for the trade to work. Unfortunately, I think there's a ECB this week. I think we got do we have an FOMC? But I know we got an ECB this week. So what's Mario Draghi going to do now? I think Mario has lost his I don't know his I don't want to say respect, but he's lost his power in his position, and people just don't listen to him anymore. When Mario Draghi 8 months ago spoke, the charts moved 50 and 60 pips whether he said something or not. Now they don't do anything. So, yeah, I think they're a little worried over there in the Eurozone. Well, and they're a lot worried in the UK, but that's all right. Let's take a look at the pound dollar, by the way. Again, this is yesterday's chart, right? We're in this nasty range here, just floating around, comes down. Look at this. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles, right, in the 20 pip range, right? 35 to 05. Okay, so this was a 32 pip range, and then comes back up, goes sideways, comes back down. This is Forex junk. I don't want to trade this. Either come down to support, break it, retest it, and I'll sell you, or come back up to the 200 and we'll sell you. Simple trade. Price action has to kick in. And there's no pound data today. Now, they had IFO yesterday, and they had good numbers come out. So, you know, there's really no reason that, you know, this is showing a bad chart. They did have good numbers come out yesterday. I think that's the first time in, I don't know, I'd have to say at least 2 or 3 weeks that they had positive numbers. Let's take a look at the Euro Aussie, one of my favorites, not doing a lot of anything. You know, this is, again, yesterday's chart. There's nothing here, folks. This needs to pull back up. This was the move, which was the middle of the night for me, so I missed it. So if you are, you know, in the U.S., or that side of the globe, you know, this was a perfect entry. You're in it. You're going to get some bounces here. We talked about that yesterday, but I think it's going to get through it. It's going to get through the 200, and you're going to end up at 46.50 at support. So this is a good trade. Just have to let it work. All right, let's take and I love this pair. I love trading this pair, but I don't trade it when I see this. I would have traded it if I was awake at 1.4225. I mean, that's just a great number, you know, to get into. So yeah, just have to watch and see what happens here. Again, traders, I hate to say it, but I just think we're going to get a dull day again. All right, New Zealand dollar had an up day yesterday. This is pretty good. I like this. Right at the 200 exponential moving average, this is like ready to sell. So I'm watching this very closely, and this will happen in Asia. I'm hoping that we'll get a red candle here, and this will come up, give us a red candle, and we'll sell it. I don't want to sell it where current price is Current price is up at the 10 exponential moving average and a lot of Forex junk. I don't want to sell here. I want to sell back up here. So hopefully this will pull back up and then we can sell it back down again, knowing that we're going to get some bouncing here, but our stop's above the 200, so we'll be safe. Our stop actually would be about 70.15. So, you're going to risk like 12 pips, hopefully to get down to 69.75. So, this is really, a nice trade. Just wait for price to come to you. Do not chase this. Yeah, I know the 10 exponential moving average is below price. Well, right now I like that because I want this to come back up, right? So we'll see how it goes. If not, maybe it'll bounce off the daily pivot at 55 and come back up to where we want it. But I do want this to take some sort of an action. Aussie dollar, last currency pair of our day. Yeah, I mixed up the charts today. I sort of, I have to be honest with you, I started planning my charts a long time ago. I think I was still half asleep, but I do a news blog. I do a blog basically wrapping up yesterday in the New York session, and it has to be up by 6:30 a.m. Thailand time. So I need to be up by 5:30, and by 5:45 I need to have my blurry eyes looking at charts and data and news, and I do a lot of reading actually before I start my day. All right, so here's the Aussie again, not doing anything. I think this is an oil thing here. There was really no Aussie news coming up, but I think this is an oil issue here. The dollar's strong, oil is weak, gold is flat. So yeah, I don't know, but I'm bearish in the Aussie. This was a good trade. This was a good trade. You had to have some guts to take it, though. I mean, you really did. You had to have some guts to take it. Even if you were back where these green spikes were and you wanted to go short, your stop's still above the 200, folks. Never came close. On a 30-minute chart, you waited almost 5 hours before you got this big bounce to the downside. Your day was made. You trail it, right? And what do? You come down here and you see 1, 2 dojis and a blue candle. What are you going to do? Yeah, I'm out. See you. Have a nice day. I might have been out on these 2 blue dojis. I'm out. I'm done. There's support left of the chart. These extras 8 pips to 10 pips. You know what? It's okay. They can have them. Yeah, I see these blue candles and closes as doji. And then a second one. Well, the first one I'd be out, by the way. The second one's just saying I was correct. So, yeah. So we'll just wait for this to come up. I'm looking to sell this. I want to sell this. Absolutely want to sell the Aussie dollar. I'm bearish in the Aussie dollar for a very long time. Traders, I am 3 minutes over my time. I told you I had a lot. Well, I actually told you I had very little to talk about. Well, apparently I had a lot to talk about. Traders, on behalf of myself, William Gilday, and our great friends at FXCL. FXCL Excellence in Trading. Gold stars to their staff who make this possible for me and it helped me a lot and get this production underway. And we were able to do this every single trading day between me and the team. So, gold stars to all the team. Please come visit us at fxclearing.com. It's a great website. You can open up a demo account. You can do binary options. You can do live accounts. You can do everything on that site. It's got a great economic calendar. Traders, have a great trading day. And always remember to trade smart and not hard. We'll see you in about 24 hours. Take care now. Bye-bye.